Before we start the video, I'm just gonna say that I'm sick. Like, when I stand, I will pass out kind of sick. So I sound like a pop tube at the moment, so try to ignore that. But I had the script like laying in my Google Doc for like a really long time, and I genuinely needed to like record it, so now I am. I was originally going to wait until I wasn't sick and had the time to do it, but I'm sick, but I do have the time to do it, so I guess I'm just gonna do it now. So ignore the fact that I sound like a frat boy trying to force his voice to sound hot. Hello, Squidlings, and I'm Squiddy Cube, if you couldn't tell by my username. Now, I don't usually make this type of content, but AI is genuinely going to kill us. I've seen so many articles and so many news. Bro, get the fuck off. Sorry, like a literal predator, like, messaged me as I was reading off my script. I'm so sorry. As I was saying, I've seen so many articles, TikToks, etc., like anything you can find about how AI is quite literally killing us. It's not just stealing art anymore, it's killing us. Before you say anything about there being other polluters in the earth or something of that matter, let me explain. Obviously, there are other things other than AI that destroy our planet, like fossil fuels, gas emissions, like anything. And I've seen a lot of people be like, well, if you hate AI, you have to start being completely eco-friendly, which is like, huh? Obviously, there are other things other than AI that destroy our planet, but AI has done more damage within 2 years than other things would have done in 10. But please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pulling that fact from memory, so take it with a grain of salt. And correct me if I'm wrong if anyone actually knows. But in this video, I will pull information from articles and research to show how harmful AI, especially generative AI, is. Let's begin. There are so many reasons as to why AI is harmful. Firstly, it uses a lot of energy. AI has a large demand for electricity in order to function properly, leading to increased carbon dioxide emissions. This also causes more stress on power grids. Mind you, people use generative AI daily, like ChatGPT, OpenAI, Chai, Character AI, any generative AI platform you can think of. Thousands of people using generative AI daily are causing those emissions more and more each day. A quote from Elsa A. Olivetti, a professor in the Department of Material Science and Engineering and the lead of the decarbonization project of MIT's Carbon Project, reads, "When we think of the environmental impact of generative AI, it is not just the electricity you consume when you plug the computer in. There are much broader consequences that go out to a system level and persist based on the actions that we take." This isn't the only thing that's horrible about AI. Generative AI also uses a large amount of water, even more than us and water bottle companies have used within the past year, from what I've heard. This causes a less amount of water supplies and disrupts ecosystems around the data centers. It has also made towns move out because of the struggle of the powerhouses draining the people's water. This has happened many times and will continue to go on if people continue to use AI. My teacher, for example, might have to move out of her house because there is a powerhouse being built right by her house, which takes well water. And she also takes well water, so if it is built, she will lose water. What else could be bad about generative AI that isn't stressing the power grid, adding more carbon emissions into the air, forcing people out of their homes, and disrupting ecosystems? The material that can be generated from it. In order for AI to create certain things, it has to be trained by using real-life images and creations. Companies steal art from real artists to train AI, including real images of real people to generate what its customers want, including explicit content. Generative AI has been used to make child sexual abuse material, or CSAM. Predators are finding ways to generate these images of real children, may I add. This is a new form of sexual abuse that is rising at an alarming rate. This isn't just happening to children, but adults as well. This can happen to anyone, even you. In South Korea, there was a case of people creating deep-faked images of women and children. People were doing this to their family, friends, teachers, classmates. It was ruining people's lives, especially women's. There actually is a Rotten Mango video on this case, which I will link in the description for anyone who wants to check it out, because it is a real case, and it's very serious. The situation caused a mass hysteria of people quickly deleting their images off of the internet in their internet profiles to make sure nobody would make sexual deepfakes of them. And the people who were being affected by this were blamed because they were women, mostly. And for another example, on Twitter, people are using Grok to Photoshop people in sexual images and take off their clothes. This is happening with women, children, anyone. It can happen to anyone. It has even caused me to feel a little unsafe on the internet. This really could happen to anyone. This could happen to you, me, a family member, or a friend. This will continue to happen if nothing is done about it. Everything will continue to happen. People and the earth will suffer if nothing is done. Some people choose to keep their eyes closed to this problem because it doesn't affect them. It affects everyone. The air quality is getting worse. The earth is boiling itself alive even more than usual. People are being forced out of their homes. Ecosystems are being destroyed. And we are being harmed by this digital threat. Drop the generative AI. It is not helpful or ethical. It is hurting us more and more each day. And eventually it'll kill us off if we don't stop. Well, that's all I have to say for this video. Look at this lovely fan art somebody drew for me. I really do love it when people draw my OCs. They always look so beautiful in other people's art styles. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any suggestions on topics to talk about, like art, please tell me. Bye-bye. I also have a community now. If you guys want to post some fan art or video ideas there, feel free to do it. That's all I have to say again.